Now we are going to do some questions of sketching the graph within a domain. Okay. For examples, let's say question 1. They ask us to sketch the graph y equals to minus x plus 1, and the domain is x belongs to from minus 2 square bracket to 5 circle bracket. Okay, it means the domain is greater or equal than minus 2 and less than 5. Okay. I explained how does the symbol mathematical symbol works, and how do you state the domain and the range in a tutorial. Okay, I think you can find it. Uh, uh, yeah, I think you can find the tutorial video in the very beginning of the math method course. Okay, so now let's do this question. Okay, I sketch a graph. From the equation, I know the graph is a straight line. Okay, it's a straight line in this shape because the gradient is the gradient is a minus number, so it casts the y-axis at 1 and casts the x-axis at 1, I think. Yep. So when x equals to 0, y will be 1. When y equals to 0, x is 1. Okay, so this is basically the sorry. So this is basically the sorry about that. So this is basically the line we have. Okay, so this is 1 here, and the domain is from minus 2 to 5, and we use a square bracket in the minus 2. So in the left hand we have a big full colored dotted circle, okay, because of the square bracket in the domain. And on the right hand of the domain is a open bracket. It means the coordinate at the very end is not included in the graph. So we will have open bracket, open circle. Okay. Now we have to state the starting point and ending point of the graph. So when x equals minus 2 from our domain, we have y would equals to 3. Okay, we substitute minus 2 into the function, we have 3. So the coordinate at the left end is minus 2 and 3. And when x is 5, which is the right end of the domain, your y value will be minus 5 plus 1, which is minus 4. And the coordinate 5 minus 4 is your right and right hand coordinate. So let's label the coordinates. This one is minus 2 and 3. Here is 5 and minus 4. Okay, this is how we and we finished. This is how we drawing the graph. The key idea is when they give you the domain of the graph, you have to draw a graph within the domain. In this case, it's from include minus 2 to 5. and 5 is not included. And you draw, basically you have to draw the graph within that domain, and if the ending point is included, you have to put a fully circled big fully colored big dot at the end to indicate that this point is included in the graph. And if it's not, draw open circle, draw a very big open circle. Okay. Okay. Now let's look at question B. In question B, okay, let me rewrite the question. Y, the graph is a parabola and has a U shape. Okay. And the domain is x belongs to from -2, which -2 is not included, to 6, and 6 is included with a square bracket. Okay. Now let's factorize the parabola first. So we have x minus plus 5 bracket times x minus 3. Okay. And let's find the x and y intercepts. Again, if you can't do your factorization, you can use the you can use the quadratic equation. Okay, so let's say if x equals 0, y will be -15. That's our y-intercept. If y equals to 0, we have 0 equals to x plus 5 times x minus 3, and your x will be 3 or -5. Okay, and yeah. Also, I just write down the quadratic equation here in case you need them. So we have x equals to minus b plus or minus the determinant, which is b squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2a. Okay, if you can't factorize it, make it equal to 0, and you can find your answer by this equation. Now let's draw the graph. Okay. And it's going to be a parabola somewhere there, but we're only interested in the domain from -2 to 6. So let's find the starting point and ending point first. So when x equals to -2, and our y will be 4 minus 15. Okay. Yep. Okay. Our y point will be -15. So the starting coordinate will be -2 and 15 when the domain is -2 here. Okay. And when the domain is 6, and our y will be let's say 6 square plus 12, 2 times 6 minus 15 will be, okay, 33. Okay, so our right ending point of the graph will be 6 and 33. Okay, now let's draw the graph. Say here is minus 2, and the graph start from here with an open circle, which is minus 2, minus 15, and the y-intercept is minus 15, oh, minus 15, which is here, and our x-intercept is 3, so 3, and our right ending point is 6 and 33, and well, let's put 6, and this point is included because of the square bracket. When x is 6, y is 33, so 6, 33. Now we have to draw a U-shaped parabola. So we notice if we start from here, the graph looks like the graph has another point minus 5, which is not included in our domain, but I just draw it to show you what the graph should look like. The graph actually should looks like something like that, but we draw it starting from the open circle there. So this is our parabola. Okay, and we have a turning point in between the x-axis, which is minus 1. So we have a turning point there. The parabola have a turning point at this point. Okay. Yep. And that's it. Let's label the graph. Y equals to x squared plus 2x minus 15, and label the domain, which is x belong to open circle bracket minus 2 comma 6 square bracket. Sometimes you have to indicate the turning point, and let's do it now. The x value of the turning point is in between, in your parabola, is in between your x-intercepts. So the turning point occurs when x equals to 3 plus minus 5 divided by 2, which is minus 1, and y will be, we substitute y will be 1 minus 2 minus 15, so 16 minus 16, and our turning point is minus 1 and minus 16. Okay, and this is your graph. Okay. Yep. Okay, the key point in this question, to do this kind of question, is you have to find the starting point when x is minus 2 and the ending point when x is 6, and find the coordinate there. Okay. After you find the coordinate, we also need to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Label them on a graph, and once you have this 1, 2, 3, 4 points labeled, you have to fit a parabola into the graph. And when we draw a parabola, we can't draw a straight line, we have to draw a parabola. After we draw a parabola, we find there's a turning point, and we find the coordinate of the turning point and label it.